South Africa is still considered Africa's most sophisticated country for foreign direct investment, but other regions on the continent are fast developing their own competitive advantages.
Certainly South Africa, as I said, remains important, but equally West Africa, particularly Nigeria, and East Africa, really focused on Kenya in particular, are all emerging gateways. South Africa remains important because of its large diversified economy, a lot of the infrastructural support that we do have here that are really world-class in many ways. If we talk about access to financial institutions, legal services, the rule of law, accounting, reporting, etc., that's really, I think, our claim to fame there.
In 1995, South Africa accounted for almost half of sub-Saharan Africa's GDP. Today, it claims less than a third. Although its economy grew at a robust 5% a year between 2005 and 2009, it has barely managed 3% since then, making it one of the slowest growing in Africa. South African Reserve Bank Governor Jill Marcus has projected GDP growth to average 2.6% in 2012 and 3.4% in 2013.
Multinationals that have had a traditional base in South Africa have and are probably intending to retain the central base here for all of the reasons that we mentioned earlier on in terms of South Africa being a good place to have that base. However, from an investment perspective, simply the returns in South Africa are not there. Whilst we have a big and robust economy, we're growing at probably 2.5% per year. There are any number of African countries growing at 10% and double digits.
Nigeria, Kenya, and Egypt are increasingly operating as unified trading blocs, not only because of their favorable geographic location, but also thanks to improved business regulations and transport systems, as well as affordable electricity and sophisticated mobile networks.
Right now, Nigerian institutions are weak, and the leadership is grappling with its actually embracing the vision. But the policies of the Nigerian government are investor-friendly and are forward-looking.
You've got a massive consumer market available there. Secondly, you've got really, I guess, a very strong entrepreneurial spirit.
Kenya is running quite hard now at making itself attractive. The oil and gas finds along the entire eastern seaboard of Africa are creating a one-off and unique opportunity for Kenya to position itself ahead of the gateway curve.
Kenya also is typically viewed not necessarily as a single country, but it's really that East Africa trading bloc. Again, a big population when you add those countries together, roughly 130, 140 million people. Strong growing consumer demand as well. Also just culturally very innovative compared to the rest of Africa. There's a huge amount of innovation taking place there. Excellent access to bandwidth and internet connectivity.
Kenya is an excellent gateway for goods coming in, and for services. It also needs to be a gateway for goods going out into the world market.
Egypt's got a massive population. I think hopefully we're going to see economic and political stability return to the country. And also they've got huge potential in terms of green energy. There's a lot of money being invested at the moment into solar and thermal energy.
Africa has the second fastest growing economy in the world. Its population is more than 1 billion strong, and its collective GDP is nearly $2 trillion.
We could potentially see a decline in foreign direct investment from your more industrialized nations, but we're also diversifying our exposures towards more emerging markets, and it's away from traditional partners, and also in terms of where the FDI is going. So not traditionally within your extractive resources, but more into your services sectors. And I think that is probably an experience that can be spread from South Africa into other economies on the continent.